眼背雅思单词。
Cancel.
取消、废除、抵消、对消、删去、划掉。
The customer called to cancel.
顾客打电话来取消了。
The customer called to cancel.
Explosive.
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 爆炸的、爆发的，使人冲动的。
He's inherited his father's explosive temper.
他遗传了他父亲的火爆性子。
He's inherited his father's explosive temper.
Convection.
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 传送、对流。
Discourage.
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 使泄气，使灰心。阻止、劝阻。
She was determined not to be too discouraged.
他下了决心，不要太气馁。
She was determined not to be too discouraged.
Surgeon.
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 外科医生。
He followed his father and became a surgeon.
他沿袭了他父亲，成了一名外科医生。
He followed his father and became a surgeon.
Hall.
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 门厅、礼堂。
The mood in the hall was electric.
礼堂里的气氛极为热烈。
The mood in the hall was electric.
Pretend.
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 装作、假装。
Sometimes the boy pretended to be asleep.
有时候，那个男孩子假装睡着了。
Sometimes the boy pretended to be asleep.
Crusade.
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 加入十字军，投身正义运动。
He made it his crusade to teach children to love books.
他把教育孩子热爱书籍作为自己的奋斗目标。
He made it his crusade to teach children to love books.
Oversee.
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 监督、监视、俯瞰、眺望。
Call in an architect or engineer to oversee the work.
找一名建筑師或工程師來監督這項工程。
Call in an architect or engineer to oversee the work.
Hamlet.
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 小村莊。
She made her debut in a 1937 production of Hamlet.
她在1937年哈姆雷特的演出中首次登台。
She made her debut in a 1937 production of Hamlet.
Prepare.
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 準備、預備。
He had prepared scripted answers.
他已事先寫好了答案。
He had prepared scripted answers.
Predispose.
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 事先影響某人，偏愛，易受感染。
Some people are genetically predisposed to diabetes.
有些人因遺傳因素而易患糖尿病。
Some people are genetically predisposed to diabetes.
Pollution.
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 污染、污染物、玷污。
Cars cause pollution, both smog and acid rain.
汽車引起污染，既有煙霧又有酸雨。
Cars cause pollution, both smog and acid rain.
Meanwhile.
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 与此同時，
Meanwhile, heat the tomatoes and oil in a pan.
与此同時將西紅柿和油放在平底鍋裡加熱。
Meanwhile, heat the tomatoes and oil in a pan.
Reserved.
reserved.
reserved,
说话不多的，内向的，有所保留的，预定的。
He was unemotional, quiet, and reserved.
他不动感情，安静而矜持。
He was unemotional, quiet, and reserved.
warrant,
warrant.
warrant,
保证，
Officers armed with a search warrant entered the apartment.
持有搜查证的警官们进入了那间公寓。
Officers armed with a search warrant entered the apartment.
overrate,
overrate.
overrate,
对评价过高，高估。
Life in the wild is vastly overrated.
野外生活被大大的高估了。
Life in the wild is vastly overrated.
opulent,
opulent.
opulent,
豪华的，华丽的，富裕的，丰富的，丰饶的。
Heavy silver plate adds an opulent touch to a formal dinner party.
沉甸甸的镀银餐具给正式晚宴增加一种奢华感。
Heavy silver plate adds an opulent touch to a formal dinner party.
require,
require.
require,
需要，命令，规定，要求。
All it required was a bit of work.
他所需要的只是少量工作。
All it required was a bit of work.
cooperative,
cooperative.
cooperative,
合作的，协作的。
I made every effort to be cooperative.
我尽力配合。
I made every effort to be cooperative.
compassionate,
compassionate.
compassionate,
有同情心的，表示怜悯的。
She has a wise, compassionate face.
他有一张智慧和同情的脸。
She has a wise, compassionate face.
conceal,
conceal.
conceal,
隐藏，隐瞒，掩盖。
Robert could not conceal his relief.
罗伯特掩饰不住自己如释重负的心情。
Robert could not conceal his relief.
triple,
triple.
triple,
三部分的，三倍的。
I got a fantastic new job and my salary tripled.
我得到了一份极好的新工作，我的薪水是原来的3倍。
I got a fantastic new job and my salary tripled.
Ecliptic. ecliptic. Ecliptic.
天皇道，
competent,
competent.
competent,
有能力的，能胜任的。
I had always considered myself a strong, competent woman.
我曾一直以为自己是个坚强能干的女人。
I had always considered myself a strong, competent woman.
scratch,
scratch.
scratch,
划伤，
He scratched himself under his arm.
他在自己腋下挠了挠。
He scratched himself under his arm.
strategist,
strategist.
strategist,
战略家，
tickle,
tickle.
tickle,
发痒，使高兴，逗乐。
I was tickling him, and he was laughing and giggling.
我在隔着他，他咯咯笑起来。
I was tickling him, and he was laughing and giggling.
irritable,
irritable.
irritable,
急躁的，易怒的，易受刺激的，过敏的。
His glasses magnified his irritable glare.
他的眼睛使他怒视的目光显得更凶了。
His glasses magnified his irritable glare.
object,
object.
Object.
反对，不赞成。
A lot of people will object to the book.
很多人会反对这本书。
A lot of people will object to the book.
Coincide.
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 同时发生，一致。
The shop's opening coincided with the Christmas rush.
这家商店的开张正赶上圣诞节购物高峰。
The shop's opening coincided with the Christmas rush.
Temper.
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 情绪，
He curbed his temper.
他控制住了自己的脾气。
He curbed his temper.
Concede.
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 承认，让步。
Bess finally conceded that Nancy was right.
贝斯最终承认南希是对的。
Bess finally conceded that Nancy was right.
Hang.
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 悬挂、吊、垂下、吊死、绞死。
Mom hung up the phone.
妈妈挂断了电话。
Mom hung up the phone.
Unparalleled.
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 无双的、无比的、空前的。
Suffice.
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 满足、满意、足够。
Suffice it to say that afterwards we never met again.
不必多言，后来我们再也没见过面。
Suffice it to say that afterwards we never met again.
Plush.
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 豪华的、舒适的。
The Carlton Intercontinental Hotel is lush, plush, and very non-backpacker.
卡尔顿洲际酒店豪华舒适，背包徒步旅行者是绝对住不起的。
The Carlton Intercontinental Hotel is lush, plush, and very non-backpacker.
Authenticate.
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 鉴别、证明。
He says he'll have no problem authenticating the stamp.
他说，他完全可以鉴定这枚邮票。
He says he'll have no problem authenticating the stamp.
Accessible.
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 能接近的，易达到的。
The center is easily accessible to the general public.
该中心对于广大公众来讲很便利。
The center is easily accessible to the general public.
Evaporate.
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 蒸发、消失、不复存在。
The water is evaporated by the sun.
水被太阳照射而蒸发。
The water is evaporated by the sun.
Commission.
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 委托、佣金。
The salespeople work on commission only.
推销员只拿销售佣金。
The salespeople work on commission only.
Notable.
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 值得注意的、显著的、杰出的、显赫的。
She became quite a notable director in the 30s and 40s.
他在20世纪的30、40年代成为一位名导演。
She became quite a notable director in the 30s and 40s.
Staircase.
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 楼梯，
They walked down the staircase together.
他们一起沿楼梯通道往下走。
They walked down the staircase together.
Flip.
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 轻抛、轻弹，
What's on the flip side?
背面是什么？
What's on the flip side?
decapitate,
Decapitate.
decapitate,
斩首。
There were 9 corpses. 2 of them had been decapitated.
有9具尸体，其中2具是被斩首的。
There were 9 corpses. 2 of them had been decapitated.
exorbitant,
Exorbitant.
exorbitant,
过分的，不合理的。
Exorbitant housing prices have created an acute shortage of affordable housing for the poor.
过高的房价使穷人负担得起的房源严重短缺。
Exorbitant housing prices have created an acute shortage of affordable housing for the poor.
resume,
Resume.
resume,
重新开始，继续恢复。
The trial will resume on August the 22nd.
审讯将于8月22日继续进行。
The trial will resume on August the 22nd.
posture,
Posture.
posture,
姿势、心情、态度。
She says the president may just be posturing.
他说总统也许只是在做态。
She says the president may just be posturing.
halt,
Halt.
halt,
暂停，踌躇。
The leading car came to a halt.
行驶在前面的车停了下来。
The leading car came to a halt.
connect,
Connect.
connect,
连接、衔接、联合、关联。由联想到，给接通电话。
I connected the wires for the transformer.
我给变压器接上了电线。
I connected the wires for the transformer.
surgery,
Surgery.
surgery,
外科学、外科手术、手术室、诊疗室。
He had survived heart bypass surgery.
他在心脏搭桥手术中活了下来。
He had survived heart bypass surgery.
address,
Address.
address,
致函、写姓名、地址，像讲话、演说、处理。
We exchanged addresses.
我们交换了地址。
We exchanged addresses.
violent,
Violent.
violent,
暴力的，带有强烈感情的，猛烈的。
She gave a violent shudder.
他猛地抖了一下。
She gave a violent shudder.
spiral,
Spiral.
spiral,
螺旋形的，盘旋的。
Production costs began to spiral.
生产成本开始加速上涨。
Production costs began to spiral.
resolve,
Resolve.
resolve,
解决、解答、决定、决议、分解、分析。
I resolved not to waste money on a hotel.
我决定不因住旅馆浪费钱。
I resolved not to waste money on a hotel.
instill,
Instill.
instill,
滴注，逐渐灌输，逐步培养。
The tough thing is trying to instill a winning attitude in the kids.
困难在于要尽力给孩子们灌输胜利的心态。
The tough thing is trying to instill a winning attitude in the kids.
reproduce,
Reproduce.
reproduce,
繁殖、生育、复制、仿造、翻版、再现，使在脑海中重现。
Many fungi can reproduce asexually.
很多真菌可以无性繁殖。
Many fungi can reproduce asexually.
confront,
Confront.
confront,
遭遇、面对、正视。
We are learning how to confront death.
我们在学习如何正视死亡。
We are learning how to confront death.
Besides.
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 除此之外，而且。
I think she has many good qualities besides being very beautiful.
我觉得她除了非常漂亮之外，还有许多好的品质。
I think she has many good qualities besides being very beautiful.
Deploy.
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 部署、使用、运用。
Rendition.
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 表演、扮演、演唱、翻译、视觉再现。
The musicians burst into a rousing rendition of Paddy Casey's Reel.
这些音乐家激情演绎了帕迪凯西的里尔舞曲。
The musicians burst into a rousing rendition of Paddy Casey's Reel.
Intersection.
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 道路交叉口、十字路口。
We crossed at a busy intersection.
我们穿过了一个繁忙的道路交叉口。
We crossed at a busy intersection.
Huddle.
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 聚集在一起。
Tired and lost, we huddled together.
又累又迷了路，我们挤在一起。
Tired and lost, we huddled together.
Inflammable.
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 易燃的，易怒的。
A highly inflammable liquid escaped into the drilling equipment.
一种高度易燃的液体漏进了钻孔设备。
A highly inflammable liquid escaped into the drilling equipment.
Scholarship.
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 奖学金、学问、学识。
But this does not vitiate his scholarship.
但这不会威胁到他的奖学金。
But this does not vitiate his scholarship.
Implement.
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 使生效、实施、贯彻、执行。
Leadership is about the ability to implement change.
领导才能是一种实行变革的能力。
Leadership is about the ability to implement change.
Pragmatic.
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 务实的、实事求是的、实用主义观点的。
Robin took a pragmatic look at her situation.
罗宾从务实的角度看待他的状况。
Robin took a pragmatic look at her situation.
Check.
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 检查、核对、阻止。
Check that the baby's okay.
看一下婴儿是否没事。
Check that the baby's okay.
Fantasy.
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 想象、
Enough of fantasy, the workaday world awaited him.
幻想之后，等待他的是平凡的现实。
Enough of fantasy, the workaday world awaited him.
Export.
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 出口、输出、传播。
Exports rose 23%.
出口货品增长了23%。
Exports rose 23%.
Incinerate.
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 焚化、焚毁，把烧成灰烬。
They were incinerating hazardous waste without a license.
他们没有许可就把危险废弃物烧成灰烬。
They were incinerating hazardous waste without a license.
Gorgeous.
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 华丽的，极好的。
It's a gorgeous day.
今天天气真棒。
It's a gorgeous day.
Well-being.
Wellbeing.
Well-being.
安宁，福利。
Singing can create a sense of well-being.
唱歌能产生一种幸福感。
Singing can create a sense of well-being.
Erode.
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 侵蚀、腐蚀、削弱、损害。
The ground had eroded.
地表已遭腐蚀。
The ground had eroded.
Methane.
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 甲烷、沼气。
The ignition of methane gas killed 8 men.
甲烷起火造成8人死亡。
The ignition of methane gas killed 8 men.
Frustrate.
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 是沮丧、挫败。
These questions frustrated me.
这些问题使我懊丧。
These questions frustrated me.
Erosion.
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 腐蚀、磨损。
More familiar landscapes have been sculpted by surface erosion.
更多熟悉的地形是由地表侵蚀形成的。
More familiar landscapes have been sculpted by surface erosion.
Embody.
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 表达、体现、具体表现、使具体化，包括、包含。
Jack Kennedy embodied all the hopes of the 1960s.
杰克·肯尼迪体现了20世纪60年代的全部希望。
Jack Kennedy embodied all the hopes of the 1960s.
Orientate.
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 使适应，使熟悉情况，给定位，给定向，使朝向，转至特定方向，适应。
The radio station's playlist is dominated by top-selling youth-orientated groups.
这个广播电台主要播放面向年轻人的乐队所演唱的畅销曲目。
The radio station's playlist is dominated by top-selling youth-orientated groups.
Reorient.
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 重新定方位，重新定位，使适应。
Lens.
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 透镜、镜片、镜头。
I sometimes wear contact lenses.
我有时候戴隐形眼镜。
I sometimes wear contact lenses.
Superstitious.
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 迷信的，根据迷信的，由迷信引起的，受迷信思想支配的。
A wave of superstitious fear spread among the townspeople.
一股迷信的恐惧浪潮在城里人中蔓延。
A wave of superstitious fear spread among the townspeople.
Ascend.
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 攀登、上升、升高。
Now draw or trace 10 dinosaurs in ascending order of size.
现在按大小以升序化或描出10只恐龙。
Now draw or trace 10 dinosaurs in ascending order of size.
Provided.
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 倘若、只要、假如。
The other banks are going to be very eager to help, provided that they see that he has a specific plan.
如果他有一个具体的计划，其他的银行才会非常渴望提供资助。
The other banks are going to be very eager to help, provided that they see that he has a specific plan.
Indispensable.
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 必不可少的，必须的。
She was becoming indispensable to him.
对他来说，他正变得不可或缺。
She was becoming indispensable to him.
Bacterial.
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 细菌的，由细菌引起的。
Cholera is a bacterial infection.
霍乱是一种由细菌引起的感染。
Cholera is a bacterial infection.
Motive.
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 动机、目的。
The motive for the killing is unknown.